Make sense? Does that make sense or no?
It does.
Yeah, that's the dead part. Just like your hair. The part you see is the dead part. You know that?
Right.
The part that's coming out your scalp is the part that's dead.
That's a part. Dead follicles.
The parts that are alive are underneath. So all that hair people be obsessed with is dead. All that hair they shaking, everybody working hundreds of dollars to that's the dead part.
Oh, no, right there.
Swing on like that hair.
Jackie, I gotta go take this dead.
Just like your skin. The part that you can touch, that's the part that's dead. The part that's alive is underneath. So literally all day long, the dead part flakes off and the new part is rising to the top. And then it flakes off. So it's a continuous process of shedding. Recreation, right? So right here is a sweat gland. What do your sweat glands do? What does it produce?
Water.
Right? It's water plus some other chemicals in it. There might be oil in it. There might be salt in it, uric acid in it. So what's the purpose of sweat?
To release the body, keep you cool, right?
How does it do that? How does it keep you cool?
God.
The chocolates
The droplets do what?
releasing the cool you off.
It evaporates, right? And it
Right,
takes the heat with it.
Okay.
So as it evaporates, it's taking the heat with it. So that's why I drew this little cell right here. So in order to sweat, the cells within your sweat gland literally have to take little droplets of water and they're each dumping them into the sweat gland. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And all that will accumulate and will rise to the top of your skin and distribute it. So that's how your cells are working to keep you alive. Little microscopic drops of water are all collecting together to create enough to cool you off. All right? This is your hair follicle. Like I told you, this part is dead. The part that's alive
It's in the inside.
is what's inside. And there are capillaries that are feeding it a blood supply. This is a nerve cell, right? And you have your artery and your vein in the hypodermal level. Your sweat glands, your nerves, and your hairs are in the dermal level. And these are called basal cells are in the epidermis. That's the part that's actually producing new skin cells constantly. That's what dust is. A lot of dust is actually skin cells flaking off. The reason I drew this is now, here you come with the phlebotomist, right? With your needle. And let's say, it's gonna look a little crude, right? But here comes your needle. That's why you gotta be careful when you're sticking that needle in. What could you hit?
The artery.
You hit a nerve.
Or the nerve.
You could potentially hit an artery. You could hit somebody's sweat gland. You can cut through a hair. All that's happening, right? Right? So when that person's like, ouch, it's because that needle is cutting through this layer, all the way to get down to the vein. So you want to be careful with what you're doing because in some ways you're causing microscopic damage underneath. Obviously your body will heal, but when you're thinking about it, you're going through the top layer, the middle layer, down to the hypodermis, which is the subcutaneous level. Did you all draw this? Did you each draw this?
Yeah.
It was just an exercise in drawing the anatomy of the body. So this is just a little short lesson. Do you have any questions about this? Does this make sense to you?
It does make sense.
Does it matter to you?
It matter, boy.
What are you thinking?
I still don't get it.
Okay, what part doesn't make sense?
None of it.
None of it.
Now, I'm
That's okay.
telling